So we are back in this franchise that, in my opinion, is getting better like fine wine. They are finding a way to continue to make these films. And typically when we get a lot of horror films, they always start to dwindle and get worse the further along the franchise goes. And Scream was following that same trend. But I do believe welcome to Cine here, where you come for all of your media needs. My name is Ray, and today I am reviewing Scream 6, directed by Matt Bellinelli-Open and Tyler Gillette, starring Melissa Barea, Jenna Ortega, Jasmine Savoy Brown, and Mason Gooding. This film is about Sam Carpenter and Terry Carpenter moving to New York and Ghostface Killer following them. Matt Bellinelli-Open has revitalized the Scream franchise, and he has done great in other films like VHS 1 and 2 and Ready or Not. So now we are getting him back, breathing more air into the Scream franchise. And like the character Mindy said in the film, this is not your typical sequel to the requel. We are now in a franchise. So I am assuming, with that being said, there will be more films after this one. But being that it's a franchise, Mindy laid out all the rules that you have to look out for in this film. And that is legacy characters being able to get killed, current new characters, main characters being able to get killed, and so much more. A bigger and better Scream. That's what she said. Well, technically stab, but that's what she said in the film, and that's what this film delivered. One thing that you can say about all Scream franchises is that they are really good at openings. They have some of the better openings in all of horror films. The first Scream set it up, and now we're on the sixth Scream, and I still enjoy their opening. Was it as amazing as previous Scream openings? No, it wasn't. But it got us into the groove. When I watch my scary movies and when I watch my action movies, I want to get right into the thick of things. Show me what I have to look forward to. And they really did get you in that, like they have done in all previous Scream films before this. Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega, who we all know did a phenomenal job in the TV show on Netflix Wednesday, are really turning themselves into Scream queens, right? They're really starting to paving their own way in a franchise that is saturated with amazing Scream queens. No, we did not get a Sidney Campbell cameo in this film like we did the last one, but we did get a Gale cameo, and that's just as important in this franchise, to get some of those legacy characters coming back and gracing us with the charm that they had on some of the previous films. Scream is known for doing a really good job, in my opinion, of building the horror. A lot of horror films don't know how to properly build to the scare. It is an art to building to the scare. Every film doesn't have to follow the same formula, but when a franchise has a formula that works, like Scream does, it's always good to see the build up to the kills. And it's nothing like a slasher film, in my opinion. It's some of my favorite subgenres of horror. It's nothing like a man or woman donning some sort of blade and wreaking havoc on poor innocent souls. Like, that is the essence, in my opinion, of horror films. And I think they did a good job in that. This film was actually pretty decent, and I'm glad I got a lot of good kills done in this film. When you are on your sixth film, it's really hard to do something new. It's really hard to write a story or a plot where people cannot see things coming. Even if you try to subvert us from our suspicions, I still believe that most people will see the ending coming. It's just so hard, again, to have a franchise that's been going on since 1996 to really show you anything new, especially with so many films that are clones of the Scream franchise came after. And this film is a definition of a popcorn horror film, which, in my opinion, is exactly what I was looking forward to going into this film. One of my biggest complaints about Scream 6 will probably be one of my biggest complaints about horror films in general. I really do hate when characters that are running from someone that is killing them. When they finally get a one-up on this villain, I don't like that they don't have a attempt to finish them. I don't like how they knock them on the ground but they want to keep running. Like, why not go after this person and get the job done so we won't have to continue to watch this film? The film can end there. Why not just take your vengeance out on the person that is killing you when you get the one up? If you knock the gun or the knife or the hatchet out of their hand and you kick them to the ground, why would you then turn around and run away? I just hate stupid decisions being made by characters in horror films. And it's only in horror films where characters are made to be so purposefully done to keep the plot and the story going. Now, this doesn't happen all of the time. Some people do fight back and they do a good job of it. This does not happen all of the time. Sometimes the character that is being chased do not get the one up. But when it does happen, in my opinion, it's just aggravating. It's just one of those things where I'm like, okay, I guess. One thing I also love about this film is how self-aware it is. Scream has always been another franchise that has been so self-aware, so meta, as we would call it. And this film stays in that same lane. It knows what it is, it knows what it's trying to do, and it knows how to take you there. I love the pacing of this film. It always felt like a good mix of delivering decent dialogue to get us to the next kill, right? And they maintain that good balance throughout the film. I never felt like it was a lot of dry moments. I didn't even want to look down at my phone because I felt like I would miss something, because you never know when the kill was going to happen. You never know when Ghostface was going to pop his head out and deliver the final blow. With that being said, I will have to give Scream 6 a 7 out of 10. I think that this film is another good notch in their franchise, and it was equally as good as the last film. I cannot wait till they complete this trilogy inside of this franchise to see how they are going to cap the Carters in. If you enjoyed this review, make sure that you are following and subscribing so you can get more of my amazing content. Also, we have to have the conversation down in the comments about some of your favorite Scream films in this franchise and how you felt about this film in particular, because I love scary movies. I really love all movies. I'm a fan of all movies, but I love scary movies as well. So let's have a conversation. And don't forget, you've seen it here.